afternoon and welcome to today's Grace Minute. Thank you for joining me this Friday afternoon. Happy Friday, everyone. Today's Grace Minute is entitled Training Up Our Young. To Not today. Um I was watching a show last night and it was pretty funny because it brought me to realize, and it was obvious realization that how our children are like little sponges, how they soak up what we are pouring into them, whether it's talking to them directly or indirectly. And the on the show, the gentleman that was on there was talking to his granddaughter, and she had been experiencing bullying at school, and it was his response to her was first and foremost, his response to her was to clap back. And the little girl went to school, and the next day when she got to school, she clapped back. And the of course that had consequences. So him and his wife came to an agreement, and she explained why it's important for them to pour into her and guide her and show her the correct way, to show love towards the little girl and explain to her the correct way that she would want to be, or the children, I'm not going to say the little girl, but the children, to explain to the children that, hey, that hurt, and how that can deter the situation. So they came to agreement and explained that to her. And it made me think about when we were coming up, my grandmother, she could not stand us talking to our children like they were babies. The babies, like they were babies, the baby talk. She would always say they're intelligent beings, so speak to them intelligently so that they can learn the correct way to speak. And it's true. I mean, coming up now, even our children, when they get to talking to our son and they're talking to him as if he is a baby, it stuck with me. And I'm like, don't talk to him like he's a little baby. He is very intelligent. So speak to him intelligently. And then I laugh because I find myself sounding like my grandmother. But what we're instilling in our children, what we're instilling in our youth, these are things that they're taking with them, that they're soaking up, and it's going to help them as they get older. Proverbs chapter 22 verse 6, and this is out of the Good News translation. It says, teach children how they should live, and they will remember it all their life. What we're telling them, what we're pouring in them now, this is going to be when they're out, and they're offered something that can hurt them or harm them. This is when these teachings that we have taught them are going to kick in, and they're going to be like, nah, no. Or even if they do, afterwards they're going to remember what you've taught them, and that's going to cause them to change their mind and no longer, want to do what could been to impress their friends. So make sure when we're speaking to our children, we're speaking life into them. We're teaching them what's going to help them later on in life, because they're soaking up everything that we're telling them, and we want to make sure that what we're saying, even speaking over them when they're doing things. It's not just when we see sickness, or we see them doing wrong. Speak over them when they're doing right. Speak over them. Speak over their day. Stand in agreement with them before school starts, and speak over their day. They might have had a bad day yesterday, but praise God, you're believing that today is going to be much greater, and they're going to overcome the obstacles that stood before them the day before. So I just encourage you. I just want to encourage you to just speak over our youth, what we're pouring into them. Make sure it's helping them. It's something that they can take along with them, that they can apply to their lives later in life. You guys have a wonderful weekend. See you on Sunday at 10 o'clock a.m. for worship service, 9 o'clock a.m. On the conference call for corporate prayer. And we look forward to seeing you next Monday through Friday for Grace Minute. Have a blessed weekend. Bye-bye.